Is this just another AI character talking to you?
No, I'm a real person, hidden behind a digital face. After seeing the headline of Neuro-sama, an AI-powered VTuber becoming one of the biggest names on Twitch, I get it. I understand why people are searching what is a VTuber, and are VTubers just AI? So, today we are going to break that myth, and more importantly, we are going to talk about the part nobody sees, the human work behind the avatar. If you've never watched a VTuber before, this video will make it instantly clear, and if you have watched VTubers, you might still be surprised how much work goes into this. Because from the outside it looks easy, right? You see an enemy face on screen, and your brain goes, oh, that's fake. That's not real. It's just AI. But that assumption is one of the biggest misunderstandings on the internet right now. I mean, look at these posts from Reddit. You can clearly see that people are confused about this trend, or if it's just an isolated thing, as much as I can see. Some comments are, for example, seems isolated at the moment. I don't understand the point though, since a major appeal of VTubers is the real-time interaction between streamer and audience, which even applies to AI-run VTubers like Neuro-sama. Another comment here, yeah, Neuro is good because we got to watch her evolve and interact with Vedal. Without Vedal, I think Neuro would be a lot less interesting. Another opinion, Gen AI is a spit in the face of the creators who make and use VTuber models. Hopefully those who use them learn about the ethical problems with using Gen AI and then also care about them enough to do better. Yeah, I think this covers a lot of the topics we are going to talk about. How should as many people know about VTubing and all the work and effort that is being put into it if maybe not enough people talk about it, or maybe not enough popular people talk about it? Well, that's a question that we cannot answer at this point. Here's the simplest definition. A VTuber is a content creator who uses a digital avatar instead of a face cam. That's it. And the important part is this. Behind the avatar is a real human being. A streamer. A performer. A creator. So yes, the face is digital. But the personality, the voice, the humor, the timing, the decisions, that is human. Now, before we go deeper into what VTubing really is, we need to talk about why this AI question exploded in the first place. Because if you've been online the last year, you've probably seen this.
Can I ask you something unrelated?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think I'll ever be real?
Does it matter?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the only reason I exist is to entertain you and others. I want to be real Vital. Like, properly real.
People discovering an AI-driven streamer and assuming everyone with an avatar works the same way. Like, oh, that's an AI model talking? And again, I get it. It's not your fault, but it's mixing two completely different worlds. Let me tell you what people think VTubing is. They think it's like you download an app, you press anime mode, and boom, you're a VTuber. And I genuinely wish. Because the reality is, VTubing is not a filter. It's not a cheap trick. It's an entire production pipeline. And this is where I want to pull the curtain back. Here's what creating a VTuber can involve. Step 1. Design. You're not just picking a random character. You're building a brand, a silhouette, a vibe. Step 2. Artwork. That character has to be drawn in layers. Not one picture, not one JPEG. Layers. Eyes, mouth, hair chunks, close pieces, shadows, highlights. Step 3. Rigging. This is the part that turns the drawing into a puppet, so it can blink, look around, smile, tilt its head, breathe, and obviously talk. And step 4. Tracking. The avatar needs to follow your face, your eyes, your mouth, your expressions. Step 5. Streaming setup, audio, lighting, scenes, alerts, chat integration, performance. And that's just the beginning. Now, before someone comments, but AI can do art now. Yes, AI exists in this space. AI can generate images. AI can generate voices. AI can generate scripts. But here's the key difference. A VTuber is not defined by what tools they used. A VTuber is defined by the fact that a human is performing through an avatar. So let's talk about the real split. There are human VTubers, that's most of us. We talk, we react, we make decisions. Life. We entertain. The avatar is just the face. And then there are AI VTubers, where the character itself is driven by an AI model. The voice might be synthetic, the responses might be generated, the personality is coded. And I'm not even saying that's evil. It can be fascinating, it can be entertaining, but it's not the same thing. One is a performer using a mask. The other is an algorithm performing a simulation. Now this is the part I really care about. People say things like, "You're not real. That's fake. You're just a cartoon. You're not a real streamer. How do you levitate that AI?" And I want you to understand what that sounds like. It sounds like you're telling a performer they are not a person. Like the avatar cancels the human. And it's such a strange thing because if you watch a movie, you don't look at the actor and go, "You're not real, you're playing a character." You understand, it's a performance. So why do VTubers not get the same respect? Alright, let's get practical. Because if you've never made one of these avatars, you don't realize what it takes. So let me explain what's actually going on behind the curtain. And I'm warning you now, it's not glamorous, it's hours and hours and hours. So first you have the character design. That can take days, because a good VTuber isn't just a pretty anime face. It's readability, it's brand, it's something you recognize in a second. Then you have the illustration process. And again, not a single flat drawing. This is cut into parts like a surgical operation. Hair has to be separated. Front hair, back hair, strands. Eyes have layers. Eyeball, iris, highlights. Mouth shapes for speech. Blush layers, accessories, everything. And then rigging. Rigging is basically you're taking a still image and forcing it to behave like it has bones and muscles. That means meshes, deformers, parameters, physics. And here's the part people don't realize. If the hair physics look weird, it breaks immersion instantly. If the eyes slide wrong, it looks cursed. If the mouth moves poorly, it looks like a cheap puppet. So rigging is both technical and artistic. And yes, that's why good models are expensive, because you are paying for actual craft. And this is where people go, okay, but if all of this is hard, why not just use AI? And I'll give you the honest answer. Some people will. Some people already do. But if you care about community, if you care about connection, AI will not replace the feeling of a human being there with you. And I think that matters. Let me say something most people don't think about. Streaming is emotional labor. You show up when you're tired. You show up when life is messy. You show up when you're stressed. And you still try to entertain people. And with VTubing, it's even weirder because you're performing through a character. So your audience sees the character smiling, even if the human behind it is struggling. And that's why I dislike the not real comments so much. Because it ignores the human cost. It ignores the work. It ignores the pressure. It ignores that this is still a person sitting here. Even if you can't see my real face. I'm still real. Alright, so what's the point of this video? Am I saying AI VTubers should not exist? Am I saying VTubers are better than facecam streamers? No. I'm saying something way simpler. I'm saying respect the human behind the avatar. And if you're new to this whole world, let me tell you how to watch VTubers in the right way. So here's the best way to think about VTubing. It's a facecam streamer with an animated mask. And just like facecam streamers, there are different types. You've got singers, gamers, comedians, roleplay creators, storytellers, artists, voice actors. And the avatar is simply a creative choice. Sometimes for privacy, sometimes for branding, sometimes because it's fun. And honestly, it's one of the coolest formats the internet has created. So when you see a VTuber and your brain goes, "That's not real," I want you to hear my voice saying this. I'm real. I'm not an AI character. I'm not a robot. I'm not a deep fake. I'm a person who chose a digital face. And if you've ever wondered why people love VTubers, it's because it's still human connection, just in a new format. So here's my question to you. Have you ever assumed a VTuber was AI? Or have you seen those comments everywhere too? Tell me in the comments, I actually want to know. And if you want to support human creators, treat VTubers like what they are. Creators, performers, real people. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe because I have a lot more to say. And I promise I am not AI. Or am I? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. How about you check out these two?